Right now, I'm putting thousands of dollars back into a business that still isn't guaranteed to succeed. I am paying editors, recorders, software subscriptions, and other monthly expenses. On top of that, I have to also pay a company to help me to manage my taxes, and I am working a full time job. Not to mention, I also have to support myself and my family. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, sometimes I ask myself a difficult question: what happens if all of this doesn't work? And yeah, guys, today I just want to take the time to talk with you about the biggest risk that I'm taking right now, and honestly, why I'm still taking it. The safe option. Ever since I've taken the decision to scale and to get more people to work with me, I'm talking about getting a channel manager, getting editors, getting people who can help me to record. There were so many times where I battled with the thought in my head: is this sacrifice worth it? And I must say, honestly, before I took that decision, it took me about 3 to 6 months for me to finally convince myself that this is the right move, that making this sacrifice was, in fact, the best thing to do. And so, guys, I honestly battle sometimes up until this day, thinking to myself, is this sacrifice worth it? Should I just choose to work on YouTube only in my spare time? Should I have reduced my videos from, let's say, 50 videos per day across all my channels and just work on maybe 3 to 5 videos per day and avoid taking any risk? At least I could see my money in my bank account slowly going up. And yeah, nothing is wrong with that. I could easily choose the option to stay in my 9 to 5 job, collect my salary, save my money, and simply just treat YouTube as a side gig or as a hobby. And honestly, this would probably cause less pressure right now in the short term. But after battling with this thought multiple times, I always come back to this one thought: if I choose the safest option, if I choose the safe way out without taking any risk, I could also risk seeing my life looking exactly the same way in 3 to 5 years. And this is why I always go back to convince myself that taking this risk was the right thing to do. What I'm actually risking. This is an interesting one. And it's a massive risk that I'm taking, guys. I'm taking the risk and a huge responsibility to pay the people who I work with every single month. Let's put it like that. Sometimes I pay them bi weekly or every month. But I'm paying editors, recorders, and subscriptions and other expenses every single month. I am also risking that the channels that I'm investing may never grow. I'm also risking paying editors, recorders, channel managers, everything. I'm also risking paying this consistently every single month, and it may turn out that nothing comes to fruition. You see, guys, this isn't about the little money that I pay to buy a camera or to buy a good mic to record. I am building a team where people is depending on me every single month. Some of these people are looking forward to this income every single month like it's a full-time job. I am risking investing so much into this, and it may or may not become a success. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I sit down with my wife and sometimes I even think to myself, could I use this money to invest into something else that may be safer for it to at least get some return? Or am I risking years trying to build something that may not work out? And I'm not gonna lie, as a man, as a husband who have my wife, who have my son, and also my other family members, such as my mom and so forth, and other relatives who know that I'm building something. You know, investing so much, it's a huge gamble. And you never want to be the person who turns out to be looking foolish, especially as a man who trying to also convince my wife like this will work, have some faith in me, believe, and then this person is going to give you that trust and hope that you will deliver and hope that this will become a success. You never want to be in the end where things just fail. Why I started investing before I felt ready. You see, guys, my full-time job already take up most of my days, 5 days per week, all the time that I could imagine during my days. Maybe sometimes I don't even find time to have my lunch properly. I'm having my lunch, but I have my laptop right here. I'm having my lunch and I have to tell somebody, give me a few minutes to grab something to eat. I'm on the toilet and my phone is ringing. It's like I almost can never catch a time where I can say, okay, let me go sit and have my lunch properly or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy right now how it just feel like people are just becoming so busy in this corporate world working. And it's not only myself. I see it with so many other people, especially when they're working from home. You can't find no time during the day, literally, to say, let me just take a breather. No, it's like it's impossible. And you can imagine working a 9 to 5 job while building YouTube, how that is literally hectic. And so, yeah, guys, my 9 to 5 job literally takes up all of my time. Not to mention, I also want to find more time. Basically, do whatever I want, right? But at least have some time where I can dedicate to my health, to my family, and so forth. And honestly, me building a YouTube business with over 9 channels right now, I cannot record, I cannot edit, I cannot manage all my channels. I can't do all of this on repeat every single day by myself. And this is not sustainable and not manageable during my little pocket of space. I would say my little spare time after work. It's just simply not possible for me to do all of this, to be producing 50 videos or sometimes more every single day while working a 9 to 5 job and have a family and have to spend time with my family and have to dedicate time to my health. It's just not possible. And yeah, guys, I quickly realized that if I wanted to build my YouTube business on the level, on the scale that I wanted to, with consistency, I can't wait until I'm ready. I can't wait until one of my channel blow up where I have so much money to reinvest. I can't wait until I go full time on YouTube. Then I'm going to basically use my entire day doing the same thing. Otherwise, this would not feel like a business. It would just feel like I'm just building another exhausting job. The fear that it might not work. I have a lot of fears. And even though I am having some success right now, these success and these good days, they don't remove the uncertainty, especially on YouTube. Guys, and especially the fact that I'm investing so much money into this on a monthly basis. Most of my YouTube income is going back right into the business. I currently have one channel monetized, it's bringing in good revenue, but all of this money, most of this money is reinvesting back into my YouTube business. And there are so many fearful questions that comes into my mind on a daily basis. Sometimes I would say that these questions never go out of my mind. Every time I'm supposed to pay something or every time I make all my payments and realize how much I have left, sometimes those questions come into my mind. The fear of what if these small channels never grow? What if my YouTube income drops? I have to pay X amount every single month. What if the money that comes in from YouTube drops and I don't have enough to pay these people that I'm working with? What if this money is better saved than paying out to people? All of these things pop into my mind so many times. And the other day when I realized that I had to pay my taxes, I have to pay over 6,000 US dollars in taxes. Because yes, when you receive money from YouTube yearly, you have to pay your taxes. And for the year of 2025, I recently had to pay my taxes. And honestly, after taking out all of that money and paying my taxes, there was a time when the question popped into my head, should I scale down because I had to pay all of that money for taxes? I also have to find another certain amount of money to pay all of those people I'm working with. And I'm saying to myself, should I scale down? Am I scaling too much? Am I working with too much people? Should I maybe save back a little bit of this money instead of scaling up and paying so many people for doing so many tasks? Should I scale down, save a bit more so that next year I have more than enough money comfortably to pay my taxes and also to pay all the people I'm working with? And there's also the question that pop into my head. What if this takes longer than expected? Because honestly, I have a timeline in my mind that some of those channels could potentially be monetized in X amount of time. And this timeline is something honestly realistic. For me, as a person who have experience now and have an idea how long that could take. And honestly, I'm checking the progression of these channel on a monthly basis and a quarterly basis. So I have an idea of an estimated time with the current speed and posting and how the channels are currently growing right now. I have a realistic estimated time when certain channels could become monetized. And so I have that in my mind. But what if it takes longer than expected? All of these things I have in my mind. And so, guys, you can see right there that even though I might be making money from YouTube, the fear does not go away. The fear of also having my one channel that is currently monetized. What if something happened and this one channel become demonetized? It's like my whole entire operation would go down. And also, this is one of the reasons why I said to myself, I've got to scale, I've got to create new channels, I've got to have multiple channels monetized so I can have multiple streams of income. So if one channel get temporarily demonetized, I have other channels bringing in revenue. All of these things I have in my mind, all of these things making me think twice before I quit my 9 to 5 job and ensure that I have a solid foundation before I make such decisions. Why I'm still taking the risk. You see, guys, I've shared what it looks like for me working a 9 to 5 job and the time and the stress that comes with this on a day to day basis. Not even having the time to eat my lunch properly or go to the bathroom properly. I've shared all of these things. And so for me, I am doing this because I want control over my time to do what I want, to give, to dedicate the time to my health, to be able to get up whenever I want, to take my son to the school without having after think in my mind that I'm stressing to get back so I can turn on my work PC so I can clock in, to go downstairs and to make my breakfast and to plan my day and to just do whatever I want, have control over my time and have freedom and have freedom how I want to spend this time. Also, for a person who want to build something of value, building this business is something that I treat with extreme importance. So this is something that I want to achieve. I also want to have more than enough time to spend with my family. I want to have location freedom. If I want to migrate somewhere, I want to go on a vacation and take my laptop and work from there, do whatever I want, I can do these things without have to worry too much. And honestly, I want to have multiple streams of income because I know that the one stream of income will never help me to achieve the things that I want. And you know already that with one stream of income, it's almost impossible for you to find a deposit to purchase a house if you want to. And if you want to drive your dream car, having a 9 to 5 job, if you're not on the highest level in the corporate ladder, you will never be able to find this money to buy the nice house that you want or drive that luxury car that you want, right? It's almost impossible because for most people, it feels like you're just working, paying bills, and you can't find that extra income to invest or to buy the things that you truly desire in your life. And yeah, guys, honestly, the risk of trying and to taking all my money and to invest in the team, it scares me because I'm really investing and putting a lot of money into this. But what scares me more is if I don't try and I stuck with a 9 to 5 job for the next 20 to 30 years. That terrifies me more to know that I could get old and homeless depending on a pension that I may or may not get. What failure would actually mean. Before I get into what failure would actually mean, let me share with you what value all of this would actually build. Because for me, even if my plan changes or tomorrow I don't do YouTube and I decide to take another route, right? Maybe I want to go into real estate or whatever it is. Maybe I want to open up a restaurant and not do this anymore. Whatever decision, and these things happen. Tomorrow I could literally change course and not do this. But the value that I would have got over the years would definitely be something that is of value. Because I would get communication skills, I would gain a lot more management experience to work with people, gain business knowledge, building a team, and also had the experience of building a personal brand. I would learn a lot about editing and content creation. I also will have a big enough portfolio of YouTube channels, and honestly, proof that I've tried. I've invested time, money, and energy into this, and I would be more than satisfied that I've given it my best shot. And so, guys, failure would mean that every hour and dollar was wasted. It might mean that I had to adjust the plan, change the team, and simply build something different. But one thing I would know for sure, that I would be further ahead than if I never tried. Yeah, and so guys, I honestly don't know how this will turn out. And I honestly don't know if every channel will turn out well or if all of this investment will pay me back. But I know why I'm doing it. I'm trying to build a life with freedom, ownership, and more control over my time. And so, guys, I want to ask you something. Are you risk building something in your own life? Let me know in the comments below what you're working on. I'm really curious, and I really hope that you find some value in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you in my next video.